What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I heard about yesterday. It is the health regen. I thought yesterday, man, I'm going to go ahead and do this video, but I was already in the process of getting all my clips, putting together that Trespasser versus Dregs video. I decided to roll with that. We're going to talk about health regen today, because I know this is a topic that everybody is absolutely interested in. But before we get to that, our sub-like commenter of the day is Roberto Delgado, noticing that, hey, he wasn't receiving notifications for my YouTube videos. That's YouTube 2017 for you. If you want to make sure you've got my videos, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification button. Hopefully that delivers it. Hopefully you don't unintentionally get unsubscribed. And of course, you could always follow me on Twitter, KSigKid. You'll see whenever I tweet out all these brand new videos. But what we have to talk about today is our health regen. So, everybody knows one of the big talking points of the previous 2.5.0.2 patch was Hungerin Blade and the nerf it received. Now, just briefly, because I've had some people ask whether or how this was actually even a nerf to begin with, whether it was on the forums or on my channel in the comment sections, I just want to explain that, in my personal opinion, this is an overall nerf. The Hungerin Blade nerf is an overall nerf, because whenever you get a kill, instead of ending the battle with full health, you end up with just a quarter of your health. And whenever I say health, I mean the entire health bar. I don't mean just your tiny red section of health and then your shields. I'm just grouping up health as the entire health bar at the top of your screen. So with this nerf right now, you're getting a portion of that entire health bar back. Whereas before, whenever you would get a kill, you would end the battle pretty much with your full health bar up there. The only way you wouldn't is if you were being shot and taking damage as that perk was activated. Then it would pretty much stop and you would not gain your shields all the way back. But after using this unintentionally on some other perks, I've noticed that even if you're getting shot whenever you're basically getting your health back here with the new perk, it ends roughly where your shields are going to start anyway, so I don't feel like you're gaining any benefit from this new change, as opposed to the old change if you didn't get shot, which typically happened because after you activated the perk, typically the threat that was shooting you is dead, and you would end up with a full health bar. So in my personal opinion, yes, this is definitely a nerf. Yes, the original way is the way that people would like this stuff to go back to. But we are getting some changes, so buckle up, because we've got to show that we've got 10 different things that we have to showcase. And some of them are getting changed back, some of them are not. One of the things that Josh Hamrick said was, you know, whenever we were talking about nerfing Hungerin Blade, people were asking, well, what about Cauterize, which does the same thing? Yes, it does. Now, the interesting thing is, if I was going to argue for one of these nerfs, which I'm not arguing for the nerfs, I'm just playing devil's advocate right here, but if I was arguing for something, you would think that you wouldn't nerf Hungerin Blade, because Hungerin Blade is very specific. So with Hungerin Blade, you need to get a kill with your super or your blink strike, your melee override, whereas with Cauterize, it's just any of your fire abilities. So it could be, who knows, maybe a sunspot, it could be your super, it could be your grenade, it could be your melee. If I was going to nerf one of those things, you would think Cauterize might be the one to go ahead and do. Again, I'm not advocating any of that. It's just really interesting that they ended up picking Hungerin Blade over Cauterize or any of these other perks there. Again, I am not advocating for nerfing any of these things. Just want to say that a few times so everybody understands that. Just was playing around a little bit. Anyway, some of these perks are getting changed. We don't know when, there's no date, but they came out there after this weekend, after this first week of gameplay. They came out, Cosmo went on Bungie's forums, and he posted that there are going to be changes, which is why I'm making this video, because I know not everybody goes to the forums. They don't go to the forums to read things, they come to YouTube and find out their information. So, some of these perks are getting changed, some of them are not. But, the ones that are not are also getting a little bit of a buff to the changed perk already. So they're basically saying that they're going to keep the change, but the buff amount of health that you get back is going to now be 58%. Now, what does that mean? I don't exactly know. I'm just going to guess, in layman's terms, that it's going to be 58% of your health bar whenever you trigger the perk. If that is the case, that will be generally acceptable for most every case. You know, we're not going to get this stuff back. If they're just going to make the changes to specific things, we're not going to get everything back. We can complain about it, But what else is that really going to do? Probably nothing. So 58%, over half of my health bar. I could live with that in most every case. So the things that are going to stay the same as they are right now are Hungerin Blade, staying the same. Lifesteal, staying the same. Transfusion, staying the same. Cauterize, staying the same. But Transfusion and Cauterize are both removing the cooldown in between perk activation. So that's actually a pretty nice thing. That's actually pretty nice. The one thing I do not agree with is Red Death. Red Death is staying the same as it is right now. Don't agree with that at all. We'll get to that in just a second why. The rest of the items, though, are getting reverted back to the original, and that includes no backup plans, which I haven't even used since this change. I was guessing that the Force Barrier wasn't activating all the way to full. Not exactly sure because I didn't use it. Somebody who'd been using a Defender Titan in PvP, please let me know in the comment section below. We also have Ward of Dawn cast, going back to the original, completely agree with that. Apotheosis Veil, yes. Embrace the Void, yes, agree with that. And Suros Regime, yes. Now here's where I'm just disagreeing with what they're doing with the weapons. Why is Suros Regime getting reverted back to the original, but Red Death is staying as is? Both of those should go back to the original. Both of those should go back to the original. There's no reason for it. And I understand, oh, well, Suros Regime just is a chance of it proccing, while Red Death is every single time. But anybody that's used either of those exotics, even with this patch, both of those weapons are still very, very bad. They are bad. I know people are really kind of interested in using the Suros again, but I'm sorry, it's not where it needs to be. It still needs more of a buff. It really does. It really needs more of a buff. Auto rifles in general could use more of a buff, and I played around with them. I really want them to work. I really want autos to work. It's a step in the right direction. They're just not there yet. Hand cannons are just too much easy mode right now. They really are. They're really good. They're really strong. If you've got a hand cannon, chances are you're using it in PvP. Anyway, these are the changes, and I want to know, what do you think about this? So we're getting a split up. We're getting 5 of them staying the same, 5 of them changing. The 5 that are staying the same, though, are receiving a little bit of a health buff. I think that's actually a good thing. So overall, this is positive. This is going to make us better than we are right now. When it's going to come out, I don't know. It's going to make us better than we are now, not where we were before. But maybe we'll be able to live with it. I don't know. Don't agree with the Red Death thing. That one I definitely don't agree with. I would let that one go back to its original state. I would like to see exotics all be in a better state than they actually are. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your patch, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #regenerate me.